Well, we got another peanut. Um, I've been working it pretty hard lately, and we're getting kind of a weird idle. So it died on Whitney. You put it in neutral, it starts, but it seems to be running a little rich. The fuel mileage has been getting bad. I just put new spark plugs in it, so I'm thinking it's a mass airflow. So we're going to take that out and clean it today, and then check the vacuum lines, see what's up, and see if we can't get this thing to stop dying. And it does a surgy thing, kind of, so my guess is mass airflow, but let's find out. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Automotive Villainy Peanut Edition. So Peanut's got some 250,000 mile blues, and we just need to perk Peanut up, diagnose my symptoms, or to tell you about my symptoms anyway. Peanut's been running fine, just poor fuel mileage, and it's just been starting to get a little rougher. And so I took a look and I noticed the PCV valve, the hose was collapsed, and real brittle looking, real old. And I think I told this story already, but when we first bought it, it's got that awful lifetime air filter situation, and you could tell someone ran it up onto a curb, cracked the shit out of it, or whatever happened, who knows. And it just didn't have an air filter for a long time. So when I bought it at 180,000 miles, it was one of the first things I noticed, and I was like, oh no, and I took it off, and the throttle body I was having to spoon that shit out of there. The throttle body flaps wouldn't even open all the way up because it was stuck, and you could just see that it had been a long time. And so I cleaned it up, and just didn't take anything off, just kind of cleaned it up, and been driving it ever since, and it's been fine. But that being said, I knew the intake manifold was probably always going to be an issue someday. So when I took to get to the PCV valve, we have to take off the intake manifold, and I knew when I was taking that off, it was going to be bad. Or at least not to my liking with the intake manifold. I wasn't sure about the valves, so I didn't order any parts because I didn't want to open this up, see a cracked valve, and be like, well, we're fucked, right? But it wasn't getting any running issues, but just to make sure. Also, the alternator is only putting out 13.6. I think going down the road with everything on, I was getting 13.8. I think 13.9 was the best I get with everything off. So it's so that's, probably needs some love as well. Battery light is coming on, so that's why I looked into that. And so I was like, well, let's just give Peanut some love, and let's see what's going on here. And so that's what we're doing. And I'm going to show you the valves. The valves look great, spoiler alert. But the intake manifold's real bad, so. And also the runner flaps in there, we're just flopping like crazy. And I know those were kind of an issue, so let's just do the thing. It was like $90 to buy, an intake manifold. So let's just do it, and let's get Peanut back on the road, because, the hell am I supposed to haul something with if I don't have Peanut? So, okay. So that's where we're at with the nut. I also bought a new PCV valve. But let's get this buttoned up. We got everything tore off. Let's get it buttoned up. Well, why don't you come over here and check out what I got going on. So we got into the engine bay here. Let me put my gloves on. So it is a little tight, but it's not that bad. So it really wasn't too hard to work on. There's one bolt, and I'll show you here in a minute, once I get these darn gloves on. and then we'll start over. You never want to put on gloves when your hands are already wet, you know, just put them on in the beginning. Then I can't push play on the phone, and it's this whole thing. Working through the engine bay here, it actually wasn't that bad. It is a little compact, but you know, I've worked on worse stuff here. There's one bolt right here, and I'll get you a close-up of that later, and that one's a little tough to get to. You can't see it at all, you just kind of got a feel. But there's 8 bolts total that hold it on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 at the bottom here. And that one's not too bad to get to. I didn't even have to, I think I did actually have to jack up the car to get under there and get it, but you know, little bits of plugs here and there and a few vacuum ports here and there. But I didn't cut my hands up or anything really getting it in and out. It wasn't too bad. Ford Focus, it's fairly easy to work on and maintain. It's not bad. You don't have too much weird crap in the way. There's not a lot to these cars. But I'll show you what the valves look on the inside here. Okay, you can kind of see in there. There's cylinder 1, cylinder 2 is open, or it could be cylinder 3. I don't know which way is which. I don't really care. And then there's cylinder 2, 3, cylinder 1, 4. As you'll see from that little snippet video there, it's not bad. I don't know, it looks like a car with over 100,000 miles on there, but it's fine. So yeah, so I went and ordered the parts, and got Peanut a new PCV valve, and it goes in right here, and the new hose with the clamps attached. It's pretty nifty, and you want to make sure to run this hose underneath there. Got your little dipstick down here. You got to remove the dipstick as well. But yeah, other than that, I think it's about ready to assemble. So, but first we have to put the shit on the new one. You'll see what I'm talking about. Let's go over here and do it. Okay, so I set up a little workbench near the car, just to make everything kind of tidy. And we're gonna start. We got our new intake manifold here, new gaskets, and I'll show you with the old one. But with this new one here, these are all nice and tight, and the old one, this piece is all wore out, and these things just flap around, and it's no good. And there's no real recourse to replacing it. You know, it's especially for $91 for an SKP part, so it's not that bad. It'll definitely last the life of the car. That's easier. And here we got the old one in the Rock Auto box. We've got this vacuum line here, runs to this situation. I can't remember what this is called. It's a vacuum thing that runs the flappers. We're going to move that off. Move this whole unit to the next thing. This has got to come off, and I ordered a new IAC because why not? Because I ordered this new not too long ago. Transfer all these vacuum lines, things like that, and then we can go ahead and put the new one back on. But I'll show you how bad this one here is in a sec. Get you to a better position to see. So you'll notice here, see how floppy those are? I'm not putting hardly any pressure on it, and they're just flopping around. So when you turn the car on and you hear the vibration, it's just all worn out. Everything, it still worked fine, but, and I'll move you in closer so you can see how bad that's caked on there. You know what I mean? It's just, it's real bad. Yeah, there you go. There's a good shot of her. That's just going straight into the engine right there. Yeah, that's just a lot of crap. This is coming straight off of the throttle body here. crap in there. So, yeah, that's why I wanted to replace it. I got so much this shit going on over there. That's why I kind of set up over here. And we're going to start by removing the screws for the IAC. And then we can get a, smaller. We need an 8. Start by doing the deal. Oh, a bitch. I don't know what the torque settings for an IAC are, but bitch, it's not 100. Jesus. Okay, so now we have the screws for the IAC. The old one looks good, but you know, might as well just start over. Looks real good. Anyway, the IAC doesn't get road grime to it apparently. I'll just tighten these down. Just gonna keep alternating, tightening till it gets a fairly even tighten. Let's get them tight. Should be good. Perfect. Then let's remove this little hose. Inspect for damage while I'm here. Doesn't look too bad, so let that stay. Okay, then there's a little clip situation. Let's try to save that here. If by save you mean not save at all, then we did it. Let's remove the situation that mounts here. Whatever the hell that thing is called. It's literally like, I don't know, flapper valve control situation. Flopper valve. Let's call them flopper valves. I learned that flopper is Australian for penis. Now you know that. Boop. So here. This one doesn't have a gasket, so do the thing. Let's see, do you get enough? Let's trim this one. Hopefully I have enough. If not, we'll get some more tubing. Should be able to save this one. Sneak. Room for it to wiggle around. There's that. Then we have this little bad boy. And this thing, pretty ugly. I have no idea what this does, but let's clean it up. I'll be back and say, yeah, let's clean this bad boy up. So I cleaned that off. Let's get a better look at this now again. Get a nice before and after here. Zoom in. So that should be better. Or it's worse. I don't know. Cool. I think that's it now. Look how old that shitty hose was. Yeah. Yeah. Well, how with the old and with the new, huh? Okay, there's the fun part. Okay, so now we're gonna get this bad boy back in here. We've got a few loose wires here. We gotta make sure don't get trapped anywhere where I can't get to them. Everything else is pretty out of the way. You gotta wiggle some stuff in there. But the most important thing is gonna be getting that hose attached. And then we're gonna set it up and get everything kind of like, get it positioned. And then we can start reattaching everything and trying to get this bastard on. I don't know if it's gonna be one of those things where it's harder to put on and take off or whatever, but yeah, let's find out. Okay, here we go. All right, feeding that fucker in there. Now we gotta feel this one around here. Get that passed. Maybe. We didn't need that, whatever that was. And I regret we didn't break it sooner. And then we're just gonna kind of feel this. Oh yeah. Right there. You know what? That was smart, which, well, that ship sailed. I would have lubed it. That's fine. Maybe lubing it's bad. It's going on there. Okay, we almost got it all the way on there. I think we got her. Let's give it one more push here. All right, give it one more push. Come on, Peanut, push. Now, forgot my damn tweezers. I got a couple different things. Let's see if hemostats, can get in there, this. But we have to release the clamp. It's gonna be tight. I wonder if I can do it with my fingers. Just gotta pinch them together enough for the whole thing to just kind of freak out. I'm not gonna lie, it's not quite as back as far as I'd like it, which is to say just not touching the back. But it is back. It's just, oh, there we go. It is now touching the back. No, I can't do it with my fingers. I'm gonna have to put it in there like this. So far, this is gonna be the most challenging part. That's fine, that's fine. All right, we just gotta think. So what's happening, I can't even show you this, is the clip is around the hose like this, and I need to clip it like this. You can only get pliers in this way. I don't have those kind of pliers. So I'm just trying to figure out a way to get these on there. Let's try the Humas. Something a little shorter is what I need. Break down. Go ahead and give it to me. I have no idea why. I've got Tom Petty stuck in the brain. What I do? Yes. Okay, we got it. Make sure this is on the way I like it. Just not the way I'd like it. I'm wondering here. I'm just being paranoid. Sorry, shut you off there for a second. Just, it's November here, which means that's summertime. At least we're not in ultra summer, but it's not cool. So I wanted to give the cameras a second. That's on there, as on as I care to get it. So it's got like this much, that I could, but I just can't really get to it, and it should be fine. The clamp's on there. It's okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start by bolting this thing on there, and what we're going to try to do is the old paper towel trick, and we're going to try to hold together these bolts to get them in. I want to start with the hard one, but I'm going to get this top one in first, so hopefully that'll align that hard to get one. And I didn't have to take too much off to get to this. So let's see if this works. Paper towel trick. Put your paper towel on there. It'll be tight. And get it started. So that's neat. Okay, so now everything's aligned. Let's get that bottom one in. I'm a pain in the ass. Nothing's perfect. Let's see. I think we got her. Don't be weird. Come on. Okay, now that we got the hard one with a little piece of paper towel that lives there forever, get all the rest of these in, and then we'll torque them down if we can. I think we may end up having to just RFT them because I don't even know if we can get a torque wrench in there. Freedom. Now there's one bolt here in the middle that was a little rough to get to as well. I didn't find this one quite as difficult. One thing I'd like to do is I would really like to talk to someone who worked on the Focus, like in the beginning, because there's a lot of little things in here that seem a little too much on purpose to be happy accidents, and just little things here and there that make maintenance real easy. So I'd like to think that somebody did little things on purpose. Someone who was like, you know what? Let's make a cheap car super maintainable. That way we can get them into the dealership to do maintenance, And so when we get them in the dealership to do maintenance, the technicians can get it done quickly and can make more money. You know what I mean? What it feels like, anyway. Just little things here and there that make everything quasi easier. I think my favorite and the most noticeable to me is there's a little hook over there for the negative battery cable. And I know Focus didn't think of that, obviously, but it's just little things like that that kind of make me, like this car. Usually when you get a cheap, shitty car, not that it's shitty, but, a cheap car, they're not going to fit it with whatever the new hotness is, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got this bad boy right here. Okay, I only got one more left to do, and that's on the bottom. See you down there. Welcome to Underneath Peanut. But underneath here, you will see where the last bolt goes. And yeah, fairly easy to get to. So this is the one everyone bitched about, but I mean, you got your oil filter right here, dipstick situation. So like, I don't know, this one was the easiest. I'll see you back up top. So I couldn't really find an official torque sequence. Just a lot of people saying, do how they taught you to do it and do it from the middle out. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna start with the middle one down here, and to tighten it all up, we got it set. The best I could find for torque was like 15 foot-pounds. So I've got it set at 15. Seems about right. Then we're gonna go to 2, 3. Yeah, guys, just remember, I don't ever claim to know what I'm doing. I'm just bringing you guys along for the ride. And in case you guys are curious, they do make replacements for that lifetime air filter, by the way. It's a pretty nifty little thing that fits exactly where it's supposed to, looks the part, everything like that. But then it's got a replaceable air filter in there. I'll never condemn people for trying. I don't know what that was about. I can't imagine that ever working, and I'm sure it did pretty well on the test track, you know what I mean? And the way they work, is, I do it in my job all the time. It's, self-cleaning filters. I get it, everybody always forgets about the human element. Just why on the Ford Focus, that shit in Lincoln. Let that be your test mule, But again, won't ever bum anybody out for trying. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One of these days I gotta buy a nicer torque wrench. Sometimes the stress of using a Harbor Freight torque wrench doesn't outweigh, maybe I'll just, maybe I just won't worry about it. Maybe I'm just worrying too much, like always. Okay, so now, get that last one from underneath. You saw it last time, so don't worry about it. I'll just be back in a minute, all right? Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get all the stuff put back together. Little vacuum lines here and there. Lights, Aziz, light. Let's see, do I like that? Let's get a little zippy zip on there. Zip, zip. When in doubt, zip it up. Nice and tight. Sick. Snippity doo dah, snippity days. Totally got the snips around here somewhere. Okay, so that'll hold a bit tighter now. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Get this throttle body back on. Throttle body back on. Throttle body back on. Before we do that, get all this stuff back on here. So how I kept them straight was this one only had 4 bolts. This one has 3 bolts. Got this for the dipstick. This for the little cover. I mean, it wasn't that hard to keep straight. So, if you have trouble, keeping things organized, just do whatever it is you do. Whatever's right for you is right for you. as chaotic as I am, it's one of those things like it looks chaotic, but you know, I kind of have a good idea what's going on. But it's bad practice to do that because at some point maybe somebody else is going to need to, you know, put this thing back together. And they're going to want it a little more organized. And that way you can give them a, you know, make more money on it when you go, well, here's a bike in the box, but I have it completely organized and ready to go. So I'm not coming down on price. And then you look at them and you go, take that, fucker. I'm just joking. No reason to be a dick. Now, with these bad boys all up in there. I got sidetracked. Got freaking out a little bit. It's like, oh no, where's the IAC thing? One of these. And just kind of give them a good bit. Is that? We'll just get a new one of these. We'll get a new cap for right there. IX plugged in. Throttle body's plugged in. Pretty sure this one goes here. Then we gotta get the little cover back on. For some reason, a 7 right there. Oh, that's right. That is a beauty button. What am I missing? The beauty button. It's not a beauty button. It's a zip tie on a button. Ooh, I got one of them. Oh, there that sits. Okay. Hey, you know, you just gotta come out here and tear some shit up sometimes and just kind of clear your head. Well, I think we only have one left thing to do. The old dipstick. Let's see. Got a new washer for it. First, take one of these little bastards. Get a vacuum cap on there. Ah, look at that. You're supposed to have those little plastic doohickeys, but I don't have those, so zip tie as it is. They don't have to be real tight, because, you know, what the fuck for? Alright, let's see. This one here. Got some zippity doodah zippity ties. Nope, O-rings. One doesn't look bad, but might as well. It's a little hard. It's a bit soft though. That works. All on the back of my hand there. There. Alright, now get this last screw in, which was kind of a pain in the ass. Not bad. Holds the old situation in. Okay. Well, let's give it all a once over here. That's put away. Oil's registering. It's going into the thing. Air, air, vacuum, vacuum. Vacuum situation all's hooked up. Any loose connections? That looks alright, huh? Guess we'll put the air box and shit back on. Look in the map sensor. No, map sensor's not on. Put a new map sensor in here as well. Yeah, let's hook this up and start it up and see how fucking bad I did. Yeah, so tighten that back on, hook your battery back up. You should unhook your battery. I just always forget. Clean this pig up. Let's see what happens. Okay, everybody. This is either going to work perfectly or blow up violently. I have no idea. Come on, baby. You ready? Okay. It's a little high on the revs. Maybe that's like new sensors getting used to the thing or something. We're back down. It's not making any rattles. Like that from the thing being all fucked out. Let's go check it out outside. Okay. One thing that's hard with Peanut is because I haven't been there for a lot of its life, 180,000 of it. So, I have no idea how long that PCV valve hose has been fucked, I have no idea how any of that is, so it's like it's just got to relearn everything. I mean, it's idling real smooth, still warming up, but it's at like 900 RPMs. Well, let's go take it for a ride, see what happens, huh? And I know what you're thinking, but I'm turning on the air conditioner. Let's do a full test. Okay, let's go. Let's go pick up some hazardous chemicals for cleaning things. I need new carb cleaner, shit like that. So, let's go get up some of that, and then we can, because I was going to use some carb cleaner to check for leaks, let them out. So it doesn't feel bad. A lot quieter. It may not be quieter to you. I don't know how this camera's microphone is, but not hearing that rattle from the situations. We'll let it get warmed up a little bit before we give it the mustard. Well, we'll wait till I get back from the auto parts store, and then we will, on our way back, we'll give it some mustard with the air conditioner off, and really see if we can't. Let's see if we notice any difference. Peanut has always had a hesitation at, it's not so much a hesitation, but when you get up to about 5,000 RPMs, it just, it really just loses a lot of air. Just runs out of breath. And, most of that's because this is a fuel mileage designed engine, not a speed designed engine, right? But just curious to see how if that's changed at all. Because I'm telling you, man, I mean, you saw it. There's some bad stuff in there. There's some bad. Got battery lights on. That's good. The battery light comes on when we're driving, but when you come to a stop, it shuts off. So yeah, I'm just decided to try the thing. See how this works out. See, battery lights off. Okay. Let's go to this awful place. Just awful. This name brand auto parts store I'm about to go in. And this has been pretty universal for this chain across the board. But they never have enough fucking people, and the people they do have are just the worst. You can go, I can go to O'Reilly's and it's okay, things like that. But this one here in particular, I won't call them out. It's not O'Reilly's. It's not Napa. pick another one. This chain, it just needs to do better. Let's go get some shit. Start number 2. Okay. Didn't go up to 3,000. We do have an engine light though, that's good. Good. Okay. Let's go home and check the engine light. Engine light. Let's go see what I did wrong, huh? Let's see, what's your guess? My guess is MAF sensor. Maybe if we clean enough cobwebs off on the way home, we can reset that light the fun way, huh? Seems like it's running pretty good. I don't know when engine light came on. Who knows? Probably forgot to hook up something, or something jiggled loose. What's that fucking MAF sensor? I put in a new MAF sensor, and I don't know, I think I maybe cheapened out a little too much, maybe too cheap. Just didn't feel right. We got electronics cleaner, needed some of that, carbon choke cleaner because I drive old cars, battery terminal protector because I drive old cars. Everything got new batteries lately. So, and I've had good luck with that terminal protector. You know, like Mini, even Peanut, I've never had a problem with corrosion. But like the motorcycles, or like the like a 6-volt system, the tractor, you know, they just get a little gummed up, and because they're not, you know, as healthy. I mean, it's idling really good. Turn the air conditioner off. It's idling at like, I don't know, 750. It's idling nice and smooth. Response is good. I don't know why there's an engine light. Hopefully it's because of the alternator, and then we can just be like, whoop, same thing. Sometimes when you you know, abuse a car for 250,000 miles, sometimes you gotta give it some love. The thing with Peanut, again, I don't know how it went before, so ever since I've owned Peanut, I've maintained it really well, but I still drive it hard. I still treat it, I mean, that's all the way through. I still treat it like it's part of the Automotive Villainy fleet, because it has to. High mileage or not, you gotta be able to do the thing. I've always had, you know, pretty decent luck with all my cars, but I've always, knock on stuff, honk if you have to. They've always been wrecked or something before I blew them up, so I've never really had a car just go kaput. And I've got the thingy right here. Breakdown. So when we get home, we'll plug in the old situational and we'll see what's up. Let's see what we got going on. Be back in a minute. Okay, so what we have here is generator field F terminal control circuit. OBD2 monitor testing incomplete. I don't know what that means. Intake manifold runner control stuck open bank 1A. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to reset all that. I'll let you know how it goes in a minute.